Hey YouTube, welcome back to our channel, Living in Fort Wayne. I am Frankie, and today we're bringing a brand new video to you. It's going to be all about downtown, working around all the riverfront projects that they have going on. Phase 1 is already complete. They're working on Phase 2. Phase 3 should be coming up in 2022, 2023. So video's a little bit longer because there's lots of information, but we really hope you guys enjoy it, and here you go. We're in front of Canola Coffee here in downtown Fort Wayne, and we decided today that we were gonna take you around Fort Wayne and show you some of the really great things that downtown Fort Wayne has to offer. A lot about the riverfront projects that they're working on, but not only to the historic part of Fort Wayne, opportunities for people to live down in Fort Wayne, to enjoy the parks down here, Promenade, Headwaters, and to take advantage of retail, really awesome restaurants, but also still incorporate the really beautiful historics that Fort Wayne has to offer. So let's go take a look. All right, so we're standing in front of the Bradley Boutique Hotel that they're working on. It's another part of the Riverfront project, more up-and-coming boutique, higher-end places to downtown, just to add the appeal that downtown has to offer. And then across the way from the Bradley, there is the Ashbury Project, which is actually where the headquarters of Star Financial Bank is going to be located. Looks at the end of the sign, it's going to be finished in about 2023, but it's also going to have other commercial and retail spaces in there, as well as a few stories of office spaces and some much needed downtown parking. So we're in front of the landing right now, which is part of Phase 1 of the Riverfront project. The landing was really the central business part of Fort Wayne for a really long time, about 185 years. It sat for a while, and they decided they were gonna update it and hold on to all the historics that it had with it, but also add in some new and improved buildings. So it's a really great area. It's got some awesome places to eat, got a few retail shops in here as well, and also some apartments where if anyone wants to live in the downtown area, it's a really nice, pretty location right off of Calhoun Street. So overall, it's a really good place, and just part of the many projects that they completed in 2019 for the riverfront. We are standing in front of Trouble Riverside Cafe and Tap. It is in Promenade Park, and around Promenade Park there's places where you can kayak. This is also again part of the Riverfront project that they've completed, and out here they have a lot of things happening in the summer, different kinds of events, places where you can play games with friends and family, kayaking, you can bring your bike out here, you can walk out here. So this general area brings a lot of really great traffic and has been a really big, huge improvement for the riverfront area in Fort Wayne, and everybody really likes it out here and loves the environment. Gives a lot of good vibes and just brings a lot of just allows for a lot of great memories to be made out in this area.
All right, you guys, I'm standing out in front of the atrium, which was created by Startup Fort Wayne. I had to voice over this part because the audio was bad this day, but we're standing on the first floor. We're in front of a software development company called Aptera. They bought out the first floor. They do UX, UI, and consulting for software development. But we're going to go inside and look at these co-working spaces. We're going to see these at the General Electric Work project and the Promenade Park project. And this is a good example of one that's already in motion right now. We're going to go upstairs and we're going to talk to one of the ladies. She's going to explain what co-working space is.
Hi, welcome to the Atrium. We're 5,500 square feet of co-working space. What is co-working space? It's essentially office space where you can collaborate and meet like-minded people. We have memberships with startups. We have memberships with individuals working remote. We have memberships with certain companies. If you're interested in working outside of your house, but not in an office space solely for your company, we offer 3 different memberships that allow you to get out of your house and use a vast majority of amenities that you pay one price a month for a membership, and it's like the Netflix of office space. There's no long-term lease, no long-term contract. You pay as you go. You get Wi-Fi, you get locally brewed coffee, all you can drink, always hot, always ready, along with a cool vibe, modern space in the heart of downtown.
Last but not least, the General Electric Work project has a lot of hype right now in Fort Wayne. It's under construction. They're transforming the old General Electric's work building into a entertainment, commercial, retail spot. There's going to be a bowling alley there. Also, as we mentioned before, there'll be co-working spaces there. It's going to bring a lot of economic value to the city of Fort Wayne. It's over there at West Central neighborhood. So a lot of those homes, investors are already going in and trying to hold on to those properties until the project is over, flip those properties. So that area is going to be thriving. All right, so I just want to recap all the many projects that are going on currently in Fort Wayne. The Bradley, which is almost done. They'll be opening up end of July 2021. Right next to the Bradley is the Ashbury project. It's going to be a great place for small businesses to come and have a lot of foot traffic. The reason that they have all these projects is the new thing is cities with walkability, because the millennials, people are entering their 30s and early 40s. This is the thing that you see in a lot of other places like Austin and Nashville, walkability. They already finished the first phase of Promenade Park. They're starting on the second phase. They're going to have condos, retail spaces, commercial spaces, those co-working spaces. That foot traffic is going to be very helpful for businesses, especially these startups. So startup costs are very low in Fort Wayne. The cost of living is low. The Landing, that area is already completed as well. They already got the condos up, and on that strip, they've got the restaurants, commercial spaces there that are already going. They got more businesses coming in there, but that's actually a good example of one of the projects that were already completed in phase 1. So Promenade Park was, the first phase of Promenade Park was finished in phase 1, and the Landing was completed in phase 1. So we're in phase 2 right now as of summer 2021. Atrium co-working space. I really think this is so cool because a lot of people don't know. I don't say people don't know that it doesn't exist. I didn't know that it existed, but with the pandemic that happened, a lot of people are working from home. And so these startup companies, Aptera, it was an example that we talked about, where you're working for a software development company and you do not have to go to a brick and mortar building anymore and punch in at 8 o'clock or punch in at 9 o'clock. You can go here in these kinds of spaces, and you're going to have these spaces in each one of these projects, these co-working spaces. A really cool concept. Parkview Field, I didn't want to leave that out. It's a big part of downtown Fort Wayne. A beautiful field, lots of restaurants, hotels, retails around there. King Euro's around there. It's been there for a long time. Right across from the Grand Wayne Center, the Hilton, Sidecar. And then as you can see, all these places are within relative, pretty close to each other. Good walkability. The only place that's a little bit further away is General Electric, but that's just growing the actual metropolitan area. There's going to be a lot of business brought in by this General Electric work project. Fort Wayne Community Schools are going to have some spaces once it's all said and done there. And as you can see around the west central area, all these homes are older homes. Investors are already going in, talking to homeowners, asking them if they are interested in selling a home. And if you can tell there, those cobble, like stone roads right there. So you don't have those are not asphalt roads, and it's actually pretty cool. Makes it look very inviting. So I'm not sure if they're going to just rehab those homes, or maybe if a big investor comes in and just levels the block and rebuild it. But it's going to be a very hot topic. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right.
I can help you out. 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 Here we go again.